Nancy.
I'm muted. Good morning or good afternoon or whatever it is at this point.
Yeah, how are you?
Good, real good. Really busy. But I'm thankful for it. I'm not complaining.
Yeah. Did your seller come to more realistic expectations, or?
They did, yes. I just explained to them. Well, actually, I talked to the buyer's agent and told them, what the seller was saying. They said, well, sure, you can come. They said that the buyers would probably feel uncomfortable, and it's a contract between the inspector and the buyers, so they would probably respect you, staying back. So I just went to my seller and told them that, and she was very nice. She's a great agent. Very, very nice. And they said, well, that sounds reasonable. So I didn't go. And the inspection was really good. I got the report this morning. It was very good.
Awesome.
Yes, it was awesome. Inspections are one of the things I don't like about the business.
Yeah, I know. And especially now. Oh, I guess I should shut my blind here because you guys can't see me so well. Better.
Yes. I have to do this from home because I've got to get a camera, evidently, for the computer in the office.
Oh.
I don't have a camera.
The Logitechs are pretty reasonable and they work really well. So you may want to check into one of those.
Yeah, I will. I'll do. Yeah, I haven't been able to make these meetings the last couple of times. I've listened to the recordings afterwards, and I think, oh, I wish I were there. So it's good to be here.
Well, I'm glad you're here today.
Me too.
Hey, Priscilla, I see you're on. I'm gonna make you a host so that you'll be able to share your screen when it's time.
Sounds good.
We'll give everybody a few minutes to jump on board here. Yeah, we have lots to talk about today, and we're glad to have Priscilla here from RE/MAX, but we've also got all the new forms that come out in October and all the changes and lots of good stuff going on. So
changes?
Lots to cover. Hi, Mike.
Good morning.
There's Robin.
How's everybody doing besides working 7 days a week? Still alive and well, right?
Yep, we're still alive and well.
Well, we do know one thing, Mike. I can't keep up with everybody, so I know you guys are working hard. Good grief.
You need to clone yourself, Lisa.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, if we could all only clone ourselves, huh? Although that might be a bad thing sometimes too.
Could you see that now?
Hey, Sandy, at some point, can you introduce Pat too? She's on our photo right now, sitting in.
Sure. I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to kind of come in here and get on board.
It's just nice to be here.
And Sandy, you're in the office now, right? And Lisa too?
Yes, we are. We, as soon as Maryland said, well, we were essential workers the whole time. So
Yeah.
But we were under the stay-at-home order, so it was sort of one of those things. You had to stay at home, but we did kind of keep the office open for settlements and for meeting clients, on a by appointment only kind of thing.
Okay.
But the minute they lifted the stay-at-home order, we were all back in here. Everybody wanted to
Okay.
get back to the office. So. But we have individual cubes that are socially distanced.
Mhm.
We have offices that are, completely private, socially distanced, and everybody's been really respectful and wearing their masks and doing all the
Good.
things, doing all the right things to keep everybody safe. So that's been good.
Nice.
And we're very glad to be able to be back and seeing each other. And
Hmm.
working from home is, as people know, problematic. As Brian Buffini says many times, you say you're working from home, but you're really at home. So you get so many distractions, and especially kids. I feel bad for parents right now who have their kids at home and they're,
Having to figure it out.
yeah. What about in Colorado? Have they, they pretty much virtual school, or are they back to school?
I'm not super familiar. We're not at the kids stage yet. So, I'm not super familiar with what that is. I do know that they were giving the option of either doing virtual or a hybrid, where they would go into school like Monday and Tuesday, they'd have one group, Wednesday, Thursday, and then everybody on Friday was from home, something along those lines.
Yeah.
My nieces and nephews in South Florida are completely virtual. Whatever parents wanted to send their kids to school, they started last week. But my family's just keeping them at home. Grandma and grandpa are good with taking care of them while they do their virtual school. So they got lucky.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. But
Very
I
cool.
haven't been to the office since the first week of March, since like the week after we got back from convention, and no signs of going back this year, no signs of travel for the year, for our health. And just, do you want to see me after I'm in an airport? Maybe not.
True.
Although they're very empty.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, and Remax is such a huge organization, man. You get
Mhm.
one person that, comes down with it, and then you've got, it's just, it's a mess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had one positive person a couple of months ago, and that's been it. So we've been pretty good, and everybody, thankful for technology like this to be able to get everybody still in a group. So
Yeah.
we've been able to just stay away from each other when things like that happen.
Cool. Yeah.
And I feel like I got an upgrade because I have a private home. So
There you
I got
go.
like a promotion. I can close the door and everything.
Yeah, you're going to talk to Remax about that. All those cubes that they have, they're going to have to,
I know.
enclose them, huh?
Yeah. And for those that do have to go into the office, they're only going up to the 4th floor, so they don't have to clean all 12 floors. So you don't even get to work from your own cube when you're in the office.
Yeah.
So like, I'm good. I'm good here.
All right. Well, it's 5 after, so we may have a few other stragglers coming in, but we've got a pretty good group on here so far. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I do want to just introduce you. If you look at Robin Ryberg's screen, you will see her new assistant, Pat, who's been in the office daily. So I want to welcome Pat. It's my understanding she's doing a phenomenal job in getting Robin all organized and together. So welcome, Pat. All right, well, our first part of the meeting here this morning, we have the very great privilege of having Priscilla from Remax International here. She is our regional rep. So if any of you guys ever have any questions about anything with Remax, she's our go-to person. And she's here today just to kind of give us an update on all of the overview of all the technology that Remax has going on. As you know, they're consistently updating, changing, and adding new tools for us to use. And we feel it's really, really important for you guys to be sure that you're tapping into these tools because it does make a difference. And as we know, with limited inventory and tight inventory, buyers trying to get properties and we want to get those listings, using some of these tools can really stand you out and apart from the crowd and give you some more advantage. We've also included in your paperwork that I attached to the email I sent out yesterday, the new RE/MAX Tech Planner. It's very, very inclusive and kind of gives you a checklist to go through. And it'll take you a while. I don't think you're going to sit down and do this all at once, but it's an ongoing project for you to make sure that you've got everything and all the tools that you need. So you guys have this in your toolkit now. I attached it to the email yesterday, and Lisa has put it in the Google Drive. So that's there for you to definitely take advantage of. So Priscilla, I'm going to let you take it away here and give us your updates.
Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and share. Does that look okay, or is it really tiny?
Nope, it's
Looks
okay
good?
for me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So let me set this up. Like Sandy said, I am your regional rep. So if there are any questions, and I will be sharing my presentation. Do you see like the little pictures, or do you just see the screen right now? Do you just see the slides?
We're just seeing the slide right now.
Okay, awesome. I'm trying to move stuff around, and depending on my settings, it can get goofy. But so like Sandy said, I'm your regional rep. I will be sharing my contact information at the very end. And after the presentation, I will be sharing the whole presentations, as I've embedded a couple of links throughout that'll take you directly to the resources that you need. That's me. Under normal circumstances, I would be in person at your office doing this presentation, but we're gonna keep trucking along with this virtual world. So let's go ahead and get started. If you have any questions, feel free to unmute yourself and ask in the middle of the presentation, or we can wait till the very end and I'll ask for questions throughout too. I am working from home. My cat likes to be on video. Somehow she knows. So I apologize if you see a cat come in front of the screen. I don't know. She just likes being the center of attention. So my apologies if that happens. So like I said, I'm going to share this presentation so you can go through the links and just reference it. Throughout the presentation, I'm going to be referencing Max Center and using your Max Center credentials. So if you haven't already done so, you're going to go to remax.net, which is going to bring you to this screen. And if you haven't registered, go ahead and click register. If you forgot your password and it's been a little while, go ahead and set that up, because you'll be using the same credentials to access a couple of the different resources. So like I said, in addition to those resources that we're going to go through today, Max Center is also where you're going to find top producer lists, market share graphs, all of the marketing tools, brand standards, logos, slogans, different kind of social media posts. You'll find all of that on Max Center, which you access through remax.net. So what's new in tech? We're going to talk about Megaphone first and PhotoFi today. First, we're going to talk about Megaphone. This rolled out this year at R4. It's powered by HomeSnap. It's a great lead generation tool that's designed to allow you to deliver your digital advertising and help you drive traffic to your listings, your website, your social media accounts. So this allows you to place digital ads across all of those different platforms. And from Megaphone, you'll be able to extend different ads. You actually get a free 1 week for each new listing on Facebook ads. And through Megaphone, you'll also be able to extend those ads if you want the listing to keep popping up based on whatever audience you choose. So if you see at the bottom of this slide, I've added a link there where you can see the training videos all about Megaphone, and it'll walk you through some of the steps that we'll go through today, but it'll also do a deeper dive into the Megaphone resources. So you'll access Megaphone through your Megaphone dashboard through the Megaphone app on Max Center, which you can see down at the bottom right-hand corner, just says Megaphone. And from this dashboard, you'll also have access to reports on how your different ads have performed. This is where you're also going to extend ads. Like I mentioned, for each new listing that you add to Megaphone, the first week of Facebook ads is free. Not to be confused with the free week that you get through AdWorks. That's still that's a separate promotion or incentive that we're running side by side. But just know that you get 1 week free through Megaphone also. And once you, whoops, let's go back. Once you do set up those ads through Megaphone, the lead routing rules for Booj are overwritten by the Megaphone rules. So any click-throughs or any like ask me or contact that you get on that ad is going to go directly to your .net email address. So that's pretty cool. So this is what your dashboard is going to look like. It's very similar to this. When you click on the Megaphone tile on MaxCenter, you'll have the ability, like I said, to create either custom web ads, listing social ads, and then the scheduled ads are currently under development, but that'll be coming out soon later this year. In addition to creating those ads, you'll be able to view and track their performance, and you'll also have the ability to pull performance reports to include in your listing presentations. I've included the link at the bottom of this slide so that you can see how you can pull those reports and either print them or just upload them if you're doing a virtual listing presentation or a digital listing presentation. Any questions before we move on to First? All right. So let's talk about First. It's the latest tech company acquisition. Well, it was until yesterday's announcement. We acquired another company that has to do more on like the back end and SEO, but First was the second latest, or is the second latest tech acquisition, available exclusively to RE/MAX agents. First data shows that agents are missing out on 70% of listings among people in their personal network. 70%. That's insane. That's crazy. So using a machine learning model, First identifies and ranks based on a 3-star ranking system, the buyers and sellers in your network months before they buy your list, and it helps you get into the flow with them. So First uses about 700 different data points. So it's kind of like a back-end creepy stalker person that sees, like, if you're looking up different mortgage rates, if you're looking up moving companies, if you're looking at different school districts, all of those different points plus another 700 are included in the machine learning that First has developed on their back end. So we're going to go through the setup real quick. First, you're going to click on the first tile in MaxCenter, which looks like that first tile on the left-hand side. Then you're going to click on the first tile, download the app on your phone, or you can also visit first.io. These are the 3 different ways that you can sign up and set up. So let's go back a little bit. You can access the first tile in MaxCenter. You can download the app either on the Apple App Store or Google Play if you have an Android device, or you can just visit first.io on your mobile phone. So when you get to the welcome screen, you're going to sign in with RE/MAX. While this tech is only available to RE/MAX affiliates, we've allowed agents to live out the remainder of their existing contracts without the ability to renew unless they're RE/MAX agents. So you're going to sign in here with your RE/MAX MaxCenter credentials, which includes your RE/MAX.net email address and the password that you use to log into MaxCenter. And just create your account by completing the necessary fields. So you're going to include your first name, last name, email. Make sure it's your .net email address and your mobile phone, and click continue. And then it's time to choose the plan that works for you, either quarterly or annually. And I'm gonna cover incentives and costs in a later slide. But you'll choose one of these two, and you will need to include your credit card information in the initial setup, but your credit card won't be charged until after your trial is completed. And there's no obligation to renew. You actually get an email about 2 weeks before your trial expires, letting you know that your trial is coming to an end, and you have the ability to just cancel right there, or you can contact product support to deactivate your account once your trial is done. So once you're done with that setup and with the payment information, you're going to be prompted to sync your contacts. The app is going to start the syncing process, and that can take a few minutes to several hours depending on how many contacts you have on your phone. I've heard of people having 7,000 to 10,000 contacts. That takes a couple of hours to sync, and you don't have to have an email and a phone number for your contacts to be synced correctly into the first app. You just have to have one or the other. And once it's done, you'll get a notification that the process is complete, so you can log back into the app, because while it's syncing, you can't go in and mess around with the app. So in addition to syncing your phone contacts, you have the option to send additional contacts through a CSV file or contact list from other programs that you have downloaded to a computer. So the first team will actually upload those additional contacts if you just want to send it to them, send them the full list. If you have thousands and thousands just saved on an Excel, you can send it to realtordata@first.io. And I know we're moving pretty quickly through this. Like I said, I'm going to share these slides with Sandy and Lisa once we're done, so you'll have all of this information. Don't worry about taking pictures and taking a ton of notes. So the next step, once all of your contacts have synced, you'll see that you'll have 3 different categories to choose from to categorize your contacts: opportunities, inflow, and hot. Your opportunities list is where you find all of the starred contacts, no matter their star score. So like I mentioned earlier, all of your contacts based on their activity online are going to be ranked 1 star to 3 stars. So 3 star being the most likely to list or sell in the next 12 months. Your inflow list is the category that is the most useful for contacts with whom you just want to stay top of mind. So it creates a 2-month notification reminder as soon as you change them into the inflow list, so that way you have just an automatic notification every 2 months, every 60 days to check back in, just say hello, have like a contact attempt, whatever that looks like, whether it's a text message, a phone call, or a voicemail, or an email. So the inflow list, you want to use it for clients who have referred you in the past, or who's a newer contact and you just want to build a stronger relationship. So that's why you have the 2-month reminder. Now, if you move a contact into your hot list, those are the contacts that are ready to sell. They've confirmed that they're going to be listing or buying a house very, very soon. So once you move a contact into this category, that's going to create a 2-week notification reminder for a check-in. So you'll get a notification from the first app that says, hey, it's time to check in with Sandy. It's been 2 weeks since you last talked to her. So the goal of having these categories is to move them from the opportunities list to inflow to hot until you close either a listing or a buying agreement with them. So you want to keep moving folks throughout the funnel. So the final step is to reach out and follow up. Next steps is what's going to help you take the next steps feature is what's going to help you create that top of mind habit. It's going to help you continue to work your funnel by sending you reminders of who you haven't connected with in a while. And feel free to reach out directly from the app. because all of those contacts, like I said, are gonna have either their email address or their phone number synced directly into the first app. So you can send out a text message directly from the app, or you can make a phone call. And once you do that, just hit the little checkbox on there to complete that task. And that's going to create, depending on what category they're in, either a 2-month reminder or a 2-week reminder. So I'm going to talk a little bit about a couple of newer features that have come out. I've also included the quick hits videos for the training for each of these features at the bottom of this slide. The first recommendations, if you've been using the first app for a few months, you're going to see that the recommendations have moved. So the daily recommendations section includes the contacts that haven't been rated, those that you haven't contacted in a while, or the contacts with past due tasks. So if it's someone that you had a reminder set to reach out to them in 2 months because they were just in your inflow list, and then it's been a week and you haven't checked the box that you've completed a contact attempt with that person, that's going to be someone that's going to be in your recommendations list. This is also a great place to spend those 2 to 5 minutes of activity within the first app. The second feature is the groups feature, and this gives you the flexibility to classify your contacts as something other than inflow or hot. So it allows you to manage and put like-minded sellers and buyers together. All of this is going to gather your personal network efficiency, and you'll be able to see how much listing potential is in your network and how much you're missing out on. So if you're only going to do one thing with the first app, just focus on the outreach. Focus on just making those contact attempts with those contacts that have 3 stars. Start with those really easy wins, and then spend those 2 to 5 minutes that you're blocking out. In theory, you're blocking out time to spend at least 5 minutes in your first app. Spend that extra time to then organize as you go. But really focus on those first quick wins, and that way you can see how the app is going to help you stay top of mind with your clients. So the first app, it's, like I said, it's either an annual membership or a quarterly membership. However, when you first sign up, you get your first 3 months for free with no continued obligation. You will have to add your credit card information, but it's not going to be charged until after your trial is complete and you have not canceled your subscription. So the yearly subscription is $465, which is equivalent to around $39 a month. And the quarterly subscription is $175, which is more like $59 a month. But think about it. If you get just one listing, that commission pays for this subscription many, 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 many times over. So check it out. It's free for 3 months. You can do a lot in 3 months. So check it out. And if it's not something that works for you, then that's fine. Just go ahead and cancel it before your trial is over. Any questions about the first app?
No, but I just want to make a comment. If you guys haven't downloaded this app and at least tried it for 3 months, then you're crazy. Please do that because you truly are maybe missing out and on some opportunities. And we know we need listings right now. So, you know, tap into your database and you know, they're tracking to see if somebody might be getting ready to buy or sell. So please do that for 3 months if you don't do anything else, and then you can cancel it if it's not getting you anything. But I just don't see how it wouldn't if it's giving you contacts to reach out to.
Yeah. And I've heard of brokers that have downloaded it just to do the free trial, and in there they'll see the different star ratings. And they'll actually see that a person that they talked to 6 months ago about potentially listing their house has listed it with a competitor, like real life events. He's like, well, you know, and they're in my neighborhood. They're a couple of streets away from my house. That could have been mine, but I didn't keep up with the relationship. I didn't keep talking to them. I haven't followed up with them in a while. So someone else beat me to it. So definitely check it out. And 3 months is a long time to just mess around with it. A few minutes, and don't go down the rabbit hole and spend hours on this. You're busy enough. You don't need to do that, but just time block 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops to do a little bit each day. That way you can really go through the contacts and just reach out to 5 to 10 people each day, and you can just shoot a message right from the app. So it's really cool. All right, we're gonna keep moving along, and we're gonna talk about PhotoFi. So PhotoFi allows you to be your own graphic designer and quickly create ads, congratulations posts, birthday posts, attract new clients, or stay in touch with the ones you already have with this library of customizable social media templates. And they save, as soon as you create something, they save right onto your phone for really easy posting and sharing. And they're all in the little square, perfect for Facebook and Instagram and Pinterest. You name the platform, you'll be able to find a template for it. So here are just a few examples that I created. Once you go through the setup, which we're going to walk through here in the next couple of slides, you'll add your name, your office name, your contact information, including your email address and or your phone number. So whenever you add a little like RE/MAX sign to it, or you add like contact information section, it's going to be already populated with your info. So first you're going to need to find your MaxCenter ID. So you're going to log into MaxCenter and click on your picture on the top right-hand corner, which is going to bring you to your profile. On this page, you're going to find your MC ID, either in the search bar, at the very top on the end of your URL. I have it circled in red here. That long number is your MC ID. You can also find it right under your picture and your name in a parentheses. That's also your MC ID. So you're going to want to jot that down. And then from your web browser, either on your phone or desktop, you're going to go to photofi.com/RE/MAX-invite. And I've included that in the middle here. So you can just click on that link when you have the presentation and complete the invitation form. And when you get to this page, just click Get Started. Once you complete your invitation, you're going to either go to the App Store or the Google Play Store and download the PhotoFi app, which it's that the white square with the orange P in the middle. Once you're set up and logged in, you're going to come to this landing page shown on the phone on the screen here. And my slides are a little bit big. Let me see. But once you have the presentation, I've actually included the instructions to go back and walk through the different steps to set it up. It's at the bottom of this slide. But once you have the app downloaded and you've logged in with your, hang on one second. Sorry about that. We would have had a cat meowing here for a while. Once you come on and you logged in and this is the screen that you see, you'll be able to see that you can start either with photos if you've taken pictures of your listing. You can start from a picture you've already taken, or you can start from different templates that we have already set up for you. And then you can add either the RE/MAX stickers with like the hustle arm, or the little coffee cup, or bringing home the bacon. Like all those little stickers and artwork are already on this app. So you're able to just add them and resize them as you please. And once you're completely done, you can, it'll just save it directly onto your phone to share it to your social media pages. So the first 90 days of using the PhotoFi app are completely free. And after that trial, it's $4 a month. So just a small cost for having all of these professionally made graphic designs already at your fingertips. Any questions about PhotoFi? All right. Couple more things I want to talk about. First, it's RE/MAX University. This is going to be your one-stop shop for all of the training on all of the technology that I covered today, as well as other past webinars. You're going to find all of that information on RE/MAX University. First, you can click on the webinars icon at the top left to find the upcoming tech trainings, the schedules, registration links. If you missed a recording that you want, or you missed a webinar that you wanted to watch, you can find those recordings under the webinars tab also. You can also check out the RE/MAX Technology Learning Track to get a deeper dive on all of the current technology tools that are available in the RE/MAX Tech Suite. I went over 3 of them today. You have a lot more technology resources that are available, including Booj. There are the very first steps to setting up your websites, like websites for beginners. I know that we had a couple of websites for experts last week, but you can find all of those different recordings for Booj, for Megaphone, First, all of those within RE/MAX University. And that is going to be found on Mac Center. It's that little graduation cap, and then it says RE/MAX University at the bottom. Finally, at the bottom of the landing page, you're going to see a quick shot of the calendar for the upcoming webinars and what each webinar is about. And you can just click on the little plus signs and that'll take you to the registration page so you can register for the webinar and also add a reminder on your calendar. So lastly, I'm not going to go into Booj today. We can spend many days just talking about Booj, but I wanted to include some of the things that are coming up or that have been released already in Q3, and where you can find additional information about the roadmaps, what's in progress right now, what some of the newest feature launches are. You can find all of that under the Tech News tile, which is this little green megaphone on the bottom of this page. In Q3, we really focused on doing a lot of MLS updates. Now that RE/MAX is connected to all of the thousands of MLSs across the country, we're really fine-tuning those connections between the MLSs. We're also working on adding the functionality, or adding some functionalities to the existing seller reports. The seller reports are going to allow you to send clients information about their listing performance. We'll also debut a brand new listing manager to make edits to listings after they've synced to Booj from the MLS. So like I said, if you want additional information, feel free to check out the little green megaphone that says Tech News. This is where you're going to find all of that information about Booj. This is where you'll also find the RE/MAX recharge videos, which are short 1 to 2 minute tidbits on different RE/MAX technology. And finally, here's the information for product support. You can either access product support through the little lifesaver on Mac Center, and it says product services at the very bottom. My personal recommendation is to text product support. This 888 number you can call that number or you can text that number. I recommend you to save that on your phone like I have, because any issue that you get a response within 5 or 10 minutes. And you can keep going about your day while you wait for a response, where you don't have to just be waiting, wasting your phone battery so that you have to then find a charger and it becomes a big nightmare. Just shoot them a text, tell them what's going on, and they'll be able to walk you through it just through text messages. The other option is to email product support. We have improved this process to get responses with a faster turnaround, but nothing is as fast as texting them. So highly recommend that you just text this phone number. And that's all I have for today. Here's my contact information. feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about this or anything else that's about RE/MAX. I'm happy to help. Know that you're not on an island. If I don't know the answer, I have 8 other team members that can help me find the answer. So don't waste too much time trying to figure stuff out. Reach out to me and I will go ahead and help you. And that's it. I'll be sharing this with Sandy, so you'll be able to have it and click through all of the links and review that information afterwards.
Thanks, Priscilla. And I just wanted to make actually just 2 comments. First of all, Andrea, I saw that you had a note down there that you can't seem to find the virtual backgrounds on your Mac. I have a MacBook Pro at home and I can't use a virtual background on that because it doesn't have the, it doesn't have enough memory or whatever. So I think it depends on your MacBook, because my husband, Nils, has a different one that's more upgraded and we can always get the virtual background. So it could be that it's just your Mac doesn't support that at this point for the virtual backgrounds. I also wanted to mention to everybody too that I know when Boosh first came out, there were a lot of glitches, there were a lot of issues, you guys were totally frustrated, and many of you just kind of gave up. And I don't blame you, and I totally understand. I will tell you that they have continued to work on it. I use it all the time now for my CRM, and I love the tags. I love being able to export and import contact lists to different people. You know, there's a lot of stuff in there. The websites in there that you can build are phenomenal. You guys definitely need to be doing that and using that. So there's a lot of really cool stuff in there that they continue to work on and get better. And I realize with any technology, sometimes it's slow and you're trying to have this whole ecosystem come together and it can be glitchy. And again, I understand why you guys threw your hands up and said, forget it. And I know you're busy, but as the end of the year kind of rolls around, and you know, you have a little bit more time as it gets a little bit slower, now would be the time to kind of go back on and check it out, because there's a lot of cool tools. It syncs with DocuSign Transaction Room. It's going to sync with your Bright MLS and just making your workflow much easier. So stay tuned on that. And again, give it another shot towards the end of the year. You know, as things get slower and you have a little bit more time.
Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of legwork up front, just setting it all up and adding your contacts and all of that, but it's going to be worth it because everything talks to the Boosh platform. And from there, you'll be able to do your drip campaigns, your marketing outreach, all of that just from one place. So check it out one more time. Well, thank you, Sandy. Thanks everyone for letting me be here today. I look forward to hopefully meeting you in person under other circumstances in the near future. See ya.
Thanks,
Thank
Priscilla.
you.
We appreciate your time today.
Thank you. Bye.